I'm Jenni Carlson here with Gina Mizell. We're in Stillwater, where Oklahoma State has defeated Texas Tech 59-21. Gina, I think a lot of people thought OSU would win this game, but really an impressive performance all the way around. Let's start offensively, because we came into game day not knowing exactly who the starter was. It was Clint Shelf. Talk about his day. Talk about this offense's day.
Another solid performance from Clint Shelf getting the start, and lo and behold, we saw J.W. Walsh get in there too, and I think we're starting to see what Mike Gundy in this offense envisioned going into this season with using Walsh in short yardage situations, in goal line situations. Walsh scored a rushing touchdown, he had a passing touchdown, and Shelf obviously had a good day as well, getting the majority of the snaps. So it's interesting, again, with all this quarterback carousel, now we've got two guys that are in there playing, and Mike Gundy is confident enough in Clint Shelf's performance that he announced that he's going to start for the Bedlam game. So this is now Clint Shelf's job. He's got a hold on it, and we'll see how long he keeps a grasp on it.
Pretty remarkable. We don't have a quarterback carousel heading into Bedlam after all that's gone on this year. Let's talk defense for a second, because the defense really played well. Really 14 points was all that first team defense gave up. What was the difference defensively? Because Tech comes in with one of the best passing offenses in the country. Everybody knows that high-powered Tech offense. Why was OSU so successful against them?
They got pressure on the quarterback. It's really as simple as that, and I think the most important thing to note with that is that they got pressure with just their front four, just their defensive linemen. Guys like Calvin Barnett, Nigel Nicholas got sacks, and a guy like Tyler Johnson gets pressure on Seth Dagey. That causes an interception by Shamil Gary deep in Texas Tech territory that gives the Cowboys great field position to tack on some more points. So that was really the biggest thing that I saw. I think it was the best pass rushing performance from the Cowboys this season. And again, going into Bedlam, that's a good sign, because that's what frustrated Landry Jones last year. And in that game, they blitzed a ton. And in this game, they didn't need to. So again, I think that's a positive sign. But really, everything started up front for this Cowboy defense.
We'd be remiss if we didn't talk about Isaiah Anderson for a second. The senior on senior day had a spectacular game, a career game, really went out fantastically. Isaiah Anderson with 4 catches, 3 of them for touchdowns. Gina, what in the world got into Isaiah Anderson?
Wow, I mean, again, we came into this game looking at this Cowboy team, and every single player who had thrown or scored a touchdown was expected to be back, which means that no seniors had scored a touchdown. And Isaiah Anderson is one of those seniors, and so he probably wanted to buck that trend knowing him. But, it comes out. He has 1 catch, that perfectly thrown ball right in his grasp. He drops it in the first quarter, and so you're thinking, uh-oh, here we go. But he ends up getting 3 touchdowns, like you mentioned, all of the pretty long variety. He's a speedster on the outside. He can give this offense another dimension as far as they've had so many outside receiver injuries. So he can really, be that deep threat that maybe this Cowboy offense has been lacking. But, yeah, a great story for him to have a career day on his last home game on senior day. So, a great performance for him.
He had a finger injury, and obviously that doesn't hamper his speed, but getting that confidence back with his hands after that finger injury. Lastly, Gina, let's talk about Bedlam. We can't move forward without talking about that for a second. OSU has to feel pretty good about where they are. What is the confidence level of this team as they prepare to go to Norman, a place that they haven't had much success against the Sooners? Their success has mostly been here in Stillwater. What's the confidence level?
I think it's pretty high right now. I mean, you look at what this team has been through this season, all the injuries, all the quarterback carousel that we've been talking about for weeks and weeks, and they've still come out, and they're still 7-3 going into Bedlam. So it would be really hard to imagine OU losing 3 home games in one season, but I don't think the Sooners are going to be able to, blow by these Cowboys. Again, stranger things have happened. I thought this would be a close game today. Clearly it wasn't, so you just never know what's going to happen. But I think now that they've solidified the quarterback spot, Clint Shelf is your guy going into Bedlam. They've overcome some of these injuries. Again, a guy like Isaiah Anderson, you just mentioned, coming back. They seem to be getting healthy. So I think this is going to be a heck of a showdown. I'm sure OU's ready after the thrashing that the Cowboys put on them here in Stillwater last year. But I think it's going to be a fun matchup here next week.
All right, bring on Bedlam. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.